Hello guys, welcome to another episode of our real estate investment talk. Okay, today we're going to be concluding our discussion on how you can be a tenant and still earn rental income even though you are not the landlord, you don't own a property. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on subletting. Okay, subletting as an option of investments. Now, in this scenario, you're going to be taking up an apartment. I mean, you're going to be renting an apartment from a landlord as a normal tenant, and then you're going to be releasing out this same apartment to other people as your own tenants. Okay. Now, say for example, you rent a 3-bedroom apartment. Okay, you will now re-rent this apartment in bits, in rooms. Okay, so you're going to be having like say three tenants or even 2 tenants while you occupy one of the rooms, and then the other areas like the living room, like the toilets, the guest toilets, the kitchen could be a common area for you. Okay, for all the tenants to use. Okay, now this can be a money spinning option for you. Okay, if you get things right, you need to know that fact that the tenants are there for you. You can focus on youth service, as in members, core members during their year of service. You could focus on young and single professionals who are just starting their careers. Okay, you can also even focus on university students, okay, who are in need of accommodation because they are not able to get one in the university campuses, okay, in the university accommodation, I mean the university hostels. Okay, now these are standby tenants for you. But the thing is, you need to appreciate one fact: you are a tenant and you are occupying another person's property. There has to be proper measures, okay, to make sure that you get things right. Number one is you need to be sure that your tenancy agreement with the original owner of the house makes provision for you to go into such an arrangement. I mean, there's a provision for you to sublet that apartment. Okay, most of the time what happens is it is always written in the agreement that you are not permitted to sublet the apartment except with the written consent of the landlord. So you can always call up the landlord, have a chat with him, agree with him. Okay, don't do this, don't go into subletting without the consent of the landlord, because it could be really damaging for you and your investments. Okay, so a couple of people are doing it. I can remember when I finished school. I mean, when I graduated from the university, I took up a pre NYSC engagement, and I was living in an apartment that was sublet to me. Okay, I rented an apartment which was actually a subletting arrangement. Okay, so a couple of people are doing this. So you need to make sure that the agreement between you and the original owner makes provision for you to sublet, or at least get a written consent of the owner. Okay, make sure you have a written consent from the owner. Again, is that when you are subletting, try as much as you can that you make sure that there is an agreement between you and your sublessees, I mean your own tenants. You take inventory before they come in, and then you also try as much as you can to establish and obtain a caution deposit from them, because you should know this: their actions and their inactions, their wrongdoings, you will be responsible for it. Okay, because you have an agreement with the landlord, their agreement is with you, and you are not the owner of the house. Okay, so you need to make sure you get these things right. Okay, if you want to succeed in this, believe me, okay, this is a money spinner. You just have to find your way around it. Okay, and make sure that wherever you are taking in, do not spoil the property. Okay, which will be your own responsibility if that happens. Okay, like my one of my mentors will say, he will say that it is not what you don't have that is limiting you, but it is what you have but don't know how to use. We can always exploit these things. We just need to sit down and find a way of working around it. So, see you next time. Bye for now.